Dark Wild Zords, arise!
Hey, what is going on, Rangers? Welcome to my review of the Wild Force Predazord. Let's get right into it, guys. We have the Hammerhead Shark, we have the Alligator, and of course, we have the Lunar Wolf Zord. Let's break them down, guys. Let's talk the Alligator first. Alright, guys, here we have the Alligator Zord. He is quite large. Let's take a look at him. Here we have his face close up. We have the beautiful gold engraving etching along the side of his cheek. We can see his very many razor sharp teeth, guys. His mouth will open up for us if we're kind. There we go. We can see the inside of his mouth. We can see his tongue outlined with black plastic. The top of his mouth is well outlined in black plastic. The teeth, guys, on this Zord are very, very pointy, but they are a soft rubber, so you will not hurt yourself touching them. They are not a hard plastic. These back teeth are also a soft, malleable plastic. So if you get your finger stuck in here, no need to worry. It will not be that bad of a bite. But check out the size of the jaw, guys. We can see the shark would fit right in there. Some other Zords would probably fit in there as well. We have those red eyes that are a red sparkly plastic. It's very cool. All of the spines running down the back of the alligator. The large tail that is articulated. It can rotate due to transformation. And we get a little ball joint here for some extra playability. There's no articulation on the front arms, unfortunately. The back, we can get a little bit of foot movement, but that is for transformation. And these thighs are basically locked in for alligator mode. So not a lot of articulation with this Zord, guys, unfortunately. We get some tail. That's pretty much it, guys. He's all tail. When you do purchase this Zord, it is very hard to find one that has a complete tail. This piece will break off quite a lot. You'll see it on eBay listings where it's missing this tip of the tail. So make sure that you find one that includes that. It's quite hard. There's another bit of information about this Megazord that I want to share with you guys, and it has to do with the wolf. Another hard to find piece. Let's talk about that and then we'll go deeper into the wolf. As we all know, or some of you can point this out immediately, the wolf is missing his tail. Well, it was missing its tail when I bought this figure, but this figure came up on eBay for a reasonable price compared to others, and like I just mentioned with the alligator, the tail was complete. So I thought that I could buy the tail aftermarket from another seller, and I should just grab this figure, so I did. Well, that tail came, guys, and here it is. Now, on eBay, this looks like the real thing. I had never seen the real thing in person before. I'd never held one. I've never seen one up close, so I thought, honest to goodness, this was the real thing. You can tell, if you compare it to photographs, it looks relatively similar. Well, that is incorrect. I am to believe that this is from either another figure, it could be American versus Japanese counterparts, or this one was 3D printed and painted. I noticed that the feathering here was a little different compared to the actual ones that I was seeing online. It does not fit correctly in the slot back here. It's very loose. And also, I'll show you in Megazord mode, but it did end up damaging my Alligator Zord, and I'll show you that when it's combined. So we're going to put this bootleg part off to the side. So just be careful when you're buying on eBay. Do your research, compare images, ask for more information, avoid being scammed like I did. And I'm making these videos and pointing all of this out to you guys to prevent you guys from wasting your hard-earned money and getting your hopes up to receive a cool figure when it's all smoke and mirrors. So that warning being said, guys, let's talk about the wolf here. This wolf is the real deal. His mouth will open up to reveal those teeth. Those are hard plastic teeth, so be careful. His head will do a full 360 rotation, and he can look up and down just a little bit. Like the Tiger Zord from the Wild Force Megazord, we have essentially the same movement with the paws and the hind knee and the thighs. It's basically the same build, just a different shape. We got that torso articulation for the elbow. And, of course, we have that front paw rotation. The knee and the thigh can also rotate forward. And that is the same on both sides. This one's a little locked in there. There we go. Get a good shot at the wolf face. Really cool engraving on the top here. A lot of people like to give our boy Merrick a lot of grief, but you know, I think Merrick's okay. I think he's okay when he's not singing. Lastly, we have the Hammerhead shark, more or less the same as Max's Shark Zord, just a different head sculpt. So there we have the Hammerhead shark up close. Open it up, we got that same gimmick where he will hold the fin blade in megazord mode. We have the landing gear here. We can tuck it back in. We have that die cast metal down here again. The tail has the same articulation as the shark. And we get that same swimming action because of the elbow joint. We can admire the cool chrome fins. And here's a better shot at the side profile of its face. We can see its eyes are there on the side of its hammerhead. Very cool Zord, and I love that they made it purple. Purple is personally my favorite color. Judge me if you'd like. I like purple. So guys, we have talked about the Zords in their individual components. It is time to combine them and make the Wild Force Predazord. Let's start with the alligator, shall we? Relatively straightforward. We're going to unplug the tail from the back. It's held on by 2 pegs. Put that off to the side. We're going to take the legs, now that they're free from the tail pegs holding them in place. We're going to just fold them down like so. And the feet will fold forward like so. Next, the arms of the alligator will fold backwards. They are on a hinge there. There's also this little string that is attached. These can come loose from here very easily. They're very easy to snap back on, but they do come loose. And when that happens, this string will catch them so you don't lose them. Surprisingly enough, I have seen a lot of severed alligator feet on eBay. So not sure how these strings are getting cut or snapped, but some people are cutting or snapping these strings, just to give you a heads up. Both of my strings are intact, which is very nice. Next, what we're going to do is take this whole head assembly and we're going to flip it forward, revealing the head. And we're going to pull up on the head. We're going to sand him back up like this. And we're going to take the shark, landing gear folded in. We're going to fold the fins in like this, extend his elbow joint out like such. And then we're going to take it like this and rotate it, bend the elbow, on he goes. For the wolf, it's the same transformation as the white tiger. The hind legs will get folded up like this on both sides. Rotate that thigh. Same other side, flip it, rotate it up. Rotate that thigh. the front thigh is going to come out, and the knee is going to tuck in there and go back in. Same deal here. Out. Flip that up. There we go. And then rotate the head to become the fist. Open that mouth a little bit to give him a little bit of a hand. Plug that right in there. Push these metal plates together. Make sure that these metal plates get pushed together to close that gap. And guys, the last thing we have to do to the Zord is give him his org horn. And there we have it, guys. We have the Wild Force Predazord. Now going back to that tail, there's 2 holes in the tail, as you can see, that would line up to 2 pegs that are right here on the alligator's chest, there and there. Those are unfortunately damaged. I did manage to super glue one back on. The other one unfortunately got lost somewhere while falling. These holes are either one of 2 things: too small to fit over the pegs, or drilled in the incorrect location so they don't perfectly align up. But basically I tried to force this onto the figure and ended up damaging it because this is a bootleg part. So again, guys, watch out for scammers. Do your research before you buy so you don't end up damaging your figures like I foolishly did. Another lesson learned from that is that if it seems it does not want to push, budge, twist, rotate, insert, decapitate, whatever it is, don't force your figures, especially the older ones like this, because damaging the figure is a sad thing for your own collection. And if you are planning on reselling the figure in the future when your collection has reached its end, it does lower the resale value of the figure now that it's damaged. So that being said, it is time to give the Predazord his main weapon. You do have the option, of course, to do the fins blade, just like the Wild Force Megazord. We'll pop that in there for a second so you can see. There we go. We have the fin blade. That's very cool, but we're all here to see the big main weapon. So what you're going to do is untab that. We're going to leave his mouth open, actually. We have a hole here in the tab coming out of the alligator's tail. And then we plug in the shark fin right in there. And we can have it hold 2 different ways. We can have it holding it this way, or we can flip it around and have it holding it this way. I tend to have it displayed holding it with the alligator's tail down for stability. That tabs right back in where the shark fin was. We close the mouth. And there we have it, guys. Let's see if we can position this a little better so it stands. There we have it, guys. The Predazord with his main weapon. How menacing is that? Absolutely huge weapon. The last gimmick that I'd like to show with this Zord, as we all know, Merrick is not Zenaku forever. They do break the curse, so what we can do is tilt this horn back, and the mouth will open up, and it will reveal that face. I'll bring it a little closer so you can see what the inside of the face looks like, if the camera wants to focus. That's what the face looks like once the curse is lifted. I'm going to take the time to actually unplug these Zords. Put them off to the side, and we can see what the Predazord looks like with the Isis Megazord arms. We can see what it looks like with the bear fists. And then lastly, we can see what it looks like with the Wild Force Megazord arms. Overall, guys, I think that the Predazord is a very, very cool Megazord to add to your collection, especially if you're a Wild Force fan. It took me a very long time to find this figure that I could easily acquire. Definitely, if you're collecting, keep your eye out on eBay for this figure. It pops up once in a while for an affordable price, so make sure that you grab yours. Make sure that you look out for all the points that I mentioned. The alligator's tail, tip, and the wolf tail as well. Also, the shark's tail can be missing sometimes, and the back alligator feet with the ropes connected. Make sure that all of that is present when buying the figure. Or if you go the route that I did, where you find the figure and it's missing 1 or 2 pieces, and you plan on buying the pieces from another seller, again, do your due diligence, do your research, ask the seller for all of the necessary information. Consider subscribing and joining the Ranger Ready team today, guys. I would love to have you here in the community to talk Power Rangers with, and as always, guys, I will see you in the next video.